my name is Arun Saigal. I have been with Elite Fitness now for over 4 years. I think the good thing about Elite, first of all, before we get into anything else, is the fact that it's the first gym where I've managed to be consistent, and I've tried going to various gyms. And I guess the reason is probably the fact that one, the concept is a little different. It is focused on personal training, and it is focused on helping you achieve your goals. Having said that, I wanted to speak about a recent goal of mine that I managed to achieve. What we just did was 10 of us, all amateur cyclists and all amateur sportsmen, decided to cycle non-stop from Delhi to Bombay, which is a distance of 1500 kilometers. This was basically done, each of us was split into 3 groups. And what we did was, each of us rode a distance of 500, so a third of that distance, over 20 hours on the bike, over a 2.5-day period. We started off from Delhi on Thursday around 10 p.m. and reached Gateway of India Sunday morning at around 10 a.m. During this period, we rode night and day, taking turns in 100-kilometer clips. So each of us rode 100 kilometers, then handed over to the next group who rode 100, handed over to the third group who rode 100, and then once again came back to 100. The entire purpose of doing this ride really was, one, to challenge ourselves physically, but more importantly to try and raise some money for St. Jude's. St. Jude's is a cancer-based charity which is basically providing shelter and a place to stay for underprivileged children suffering from cancer. They have various centers in Parel and Kharghar in Mumbai, but also in Delhi, Jaipur and Kolkata. I'm delighted to say we raised nearly 1.75 crores through the help of various friends, families, colleagues, including, of course, Elite themselves, who also made a kind contribution. The most challenging thing about this ride was the fact that, one, you have to do 100K, which is, call it 4 hours, you can train for that. But immediately after, 8 hours later, you have to do another 100, and we had to keep doing this cycle for 5 hours. During that 8-hour period as well, we were on the road and traveling, so it wasn't as if we were resting or sleeping somewhere. We were on a bus or in a car following the other cyclists, because it was basically a non-stop tour. So the biggest challenge really was, one, to make sure you're in good enough shape to continue to do those kilometer after kilometer, but more importantly, how quickly do you recover, and what is your lactic acid threshold, for example, so that you don't really fail whilst you're on the bike. I think, thankfully all of us managed to do that ride, different levels of fitness, but everybody managed to get to completion. I personally had a very strong ride, and I think what helped with that was the fact that, one, we trained a lot on the bicycle, but two, I've been spending a lot of time, or have generally a high level of fitness thanks to what we've been doing here at Elite. Overall, I tend to do every year something interesting with, is it climbing a mountain or going for some treks, or the cycling thing. We also went from Manali to Leh cycling last year. All of these things require different levels of fitness, or more than levels of fitness, different things to be focused on. And I think what we've always managed to do here at Elite is to focus on your goals and then put up a program that is in line with that. For example, for this one, we were focused on my lower body strength, more importantly my core strength, as well as my upper body, shoulders and upper back. We reduced my chest workout, we reduced my biceps workout, but we increased training on all of this. We moved towards the latter half from strength training to more endurance training. So as opposed to doing 5-6 of heavy reps on squats, I started doing 25 reps. And things like that, which basically effectively then got you to a position where you could do something like this.
To let you know that even Arun's brother comes here, who's watching TV right now, over there. Yeah. And the sister over there.
It's like a personal gym at this point of time.
And of course, the dog also trains.
Yes,
right now he's on a leash, but he also trains sometimes.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's a totally family atmosphere for Arun.
It is.
Thank you, Arun.
Thanks for watching.